it's Milana Mil and welcome to another video. And for this video I'm drawing A2 from a game called Nier Automata. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, and I don't care. This game, it actually looks really good. I cannot play it because I don't own any kind of fucking consoles, but I'm actually watching the walkthrough on YouTube because that's the closest thing you can get to a playing experience with these type of things. But it's not bad because at least I can enjoy the story, even though I kinda ended up spoiling most of it for myself already. Oops. But it's fine. It still looks and seems amazing, and yeah, I've been watching it, and that's why I also wanted to draw a picture of it. And for this video, I also wanted to talk a little bit about artist struggles, or especially my own struggles when it comes to art, because my art is nothing more than struggle. So, I especially figured that it would be nice to go through because some people may able to relate, and especially if you're a new artist, it's like, for me, it's always comfortable. Like, it makes me good to know that, other people have the same struggles that I do, that it's not just me who has these things. Like, one of the things I've noticed after I started painting is the freaking color balance. Now, I actually know quite a lot of color theory. I know the complementary colors. I know what color goes with what color, and I know how people react to different kind of colors, in order for you to set the mood. But then when I want to apply this knowledge to my work, it's not like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm a total retard. Like, suddenly you can't. All the knowledge that pew, it just goes out of your head and it's like, bye bye. And it's super annoying because it's like, I know these things, but why cannot I put them down to paper? I want to put them down to paper. And it's very frustrating, especially, like, I've mentioned this in other videos of mine, but the skin is a hell to deal with when you paint. It's one of those things that it's super hard to get it right. And if you watch my videos, it may look really easy. Like, I make it seem so easy, but there's tons of works that I do that I drop because of skin, because of clothes, because of nothing just turns out, the way I want. Like, the skin for me is especially really troublesome because it either turns out to be too saturated, too desaturated, too waxy, too oily, or it looks like it's made out of cardboard. Like, it's like, just no. I want it to be smooth and nice and pretty, but it's really freaking hard, especially when you deal with sort of different lightings, and then you try to make the color to match the lighting. Like in this one, the skin, it's obviously a bit more grayish, in a sort of sense that it's very pale. It's not very saturated. That's because of the because of the picture itself. It's kind of grayish. So I wanted to kind of skin to reflect that, and in this picture the skin turned out okay. Like, yay. It didn't fail miserably, but sadly that doesn't always happen. Sometimes it just drives me crazy, and I end up dropping my work. And then you get to this point when you just kind of wish, or you wonder that, is there ever a point where you know, because here's the thing, you can never be perfect, so, you know, stop trying to be fucking perfect, just give up on that. And, you know, a person always raises the bar, you know, every time you get better, you, especially if you are really striving to become a good artist, then you are constantly raising the bar so that whatever you do, it just, you know, you can never reach to your goal, because whenever you get close to your goal, you always raise it up higher. But I remember when I still used to do this standard anime art with line art, cell shade, normal stuff like that. You can actually see some of my very old speed paints. They were not good. Don't get me wrong, they were not good, but at least I had a clear progress. Like, I knew what I was doing. I knew that, okay, after this, I'm gonna do this and this and this. And I had this clear pattern of work, which made it really comfortable. Now, when I'm painting, I, like, of course, I know that, you know, after I do line art, then I usually do skin, then I do clothes, then I do hair. But it's just, like, for example, when I'm doing skin or clothes, it's always like, there's not just this part that at first I put in. At first I put shadows, then I put highlights, then I put more shadows and more highlights. It's sort of mismatch. Like, you do these things at, you know, you just go back and forth. There's no progress, and I really wish that I would reach. I hope that I do reach to that point at some point. That sounded really stupid, but whatever. I hope that I reach to that point where I can actually feel comfortable with my progress. I don't have to feel comfortable how every work turns out, but I at least hope that I wouldn't feel like a lamb lost in a desert, okay? Because that's how I feel. It's actually goat lost in a desert. It doesn't matter. Animal is animal. Basically, it's the same thing. Not really, but why am I rambling? But but you know, really, you just wish that that point would happen at some times. And then I have those times when, for example, the skin turns out okay, but then the clothes, the clothes look like they're made out of wax, to be honest. You know, it looks more like a tree, like it looks more like a, you know, figure that's made out of wax than a cloth that has, you know, texture, that's made out of cotton or, you know, whatever it's made out of. And it's really hard to sort of create the texture, even though you technically know, but then it's all about the color balance. Like, the color balance is basically what's affecting everything, and then you know, you cannot get the color balance right, so it doesn't look good, and you know, then you are faced with eternal struggle, to be honest. And you know, personally, I still hope that I get to that point where I could at least say that I'm feeling comfortable with my work and with my progress. I want to get to the point where I can start refining my work, because at this point I feel like I'm still just practicing the fundamentals of painting instead of trying to polish instead of trying to polish my work. And you know, that's that's what I hope. But those are some of the artistic struggles that I've been facing, especially recently, because I've had art blog. That doesn't make things any better. But nonetheless, this picture is ready pretty much, so I hope you like it. Comment, you know, like, and tell me if you want to see something, and